Go. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Winning Parlay podcast. I am Scotty B, your host. And of course, I'm here again with Ernie Lopez, founder, creator, bright mind behind the Winning Parlay podcast and parlay.com. Ernie, how are you, baby?
Scott, always a pleasure to be with you, man. Super excited about this week. Super excited.
Dude, I am pumped. Me too. You've shown me some new graphics. You're becoming quite the producer,
Mm-hmm.
quite the director.
Yeah, you know
And
what? I talked to finance and accounting, and they said we had $8 for our graphics. So I'm excited to reveal them. I'm excited to
I
reveal
think
them.
the viewers are
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna love it. And we've talked about some segments we're gonna kick off, right? So this Tuesday episode, that's gonna come out. When will this? Well, I guess it's the first episode of the week,
Right, right.
that we're gonna kick off is gonna be probably a little bit shorter, to the point, and we're gonna have basically two segments. The first segment, cue graphic. It'll be called the download. AI's biggest hits and misses from the previous week.
Look at that. Isn't
That's
that a
going to be the
beautiful? That's a
we're gonna sorry, go ahead, Ern.
no. I'm sorry. I apologize. I was going to say how I'm proud of my AI work. That's all I wanted to say.
It's
I just want to say it's
beautiful.
a
I
graphic.
love it.
I
Oh
didn't
my
mean to
god,
cut you off
this
that way. I'm
is
sorry.
incredible,
Yeah.
man. In fact, when I first saw it, I was like super ecstatic, but now I've seen it, so I'm not quite as excited. But anyways, dude, I still love it. So that's gonna be we're gonna talk about our picks, my two picks, Ernie's two picks from the previous week, how they did. That's gonna be the download. Next segment two, Q graphics, lock or landmine, baby. Okay, and this is where we're going to talk about our picks for this coming week. And what's going to happen there is we're going to run our landmine. Each of us is going to have two picks today that we're going to talk about. And we're going to run using the software what our potential landmine pick is going to be. Then come back for Thursday's episode, and we're going to be running all of our picks, which will be a total of 4 to 5 picks. We'll be able to see how the AI generates. Now, the one last thing, Ernie, you can cue us back together, bud, because I think what we're going to do, or what we are going to do, is for moving forward. So the last 2 weeks, Parlay needed time to aggregate the data in order, so it wasn't pulling from last year's data, or I don't even know if it could pull from preseason. Ernie, why don't you talk about that for a minute? How we're
Yeah,
going to do
so we don't do anything for preseason data. So usually, in order to have a controlled environment for data, you have to have an aggregation of quite a bit of it. So what we do, and this is most models, this is not something specific to us. For the first couple of weeks, we used last year's data, the 2024-25 season, to help us with our modeling, and then also with somewhat of our analysis, because every season's a new season, and every season is different, as we've already seen with the Chiefs. They don't look nowhere near as strong as they are. So like that's a perfect example, because like some of the if you were to run some of the modeling, the simulation data right now with the Chiefs, it does not really reflect what they're really playing like. So we made the decision this morning, to start using the last 2 weeks of data to start with our simulation and our modeling and our
right.
analysis. We're
And
ho-
and
Go
what that means basically is for the last 2 weeks, Ernie and I kind of chose the picks that we did not fully go with the AI's picks the last two
right.
weeks. We used the AI to help us analyze it, run some simulations to sort of see how our picks looked. But there were some decisions we made that were against the AI, and we'll get to that in a minute on how we did on those. But moving forward, just so everybody knows, we are strictly going to go with the AI picks for our 5 picks of the week,
Yes.
which means I may not agree with what the AI says in the beginning. If that's the case, I'm going to change my pick and go with the AI. Now, our guests that are going to be joining us on Thursday for Man versus Machine, they're going to do whatever they want. So if they want to, we're going to run. They're each going to have a pick that they're going to run, and then they can decide if they want to change their pick or keep the pick to go with the AI or go versus the AI.
Right. And they may make fun of us too.
Oh, it's going to be a lot of banter. It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of laughs. It's going to be fun. So let's get into it. Segment 1, download AI's biggest hits and misses. Okay, so well, you know what? I had the hits this week, baby. Okay, I had the hits. I had the Baltimore Ravens giving a ton of points to the Browns. It was a sketchy game going into it. 12 and a half points. It's a lot of points, but I felt good about it. AI backed me up. And about after the third, it was kind of scary heading into the third quarter, but eventually they pulled away. That one won. Okay, Baltimore wins. The other hit I had, Detroit Lions, home against Chicago, giving up 5.5 points, playing their ex-offensive coordinator. They scored over 50 points. Detroit did. Right, Ern?
Unbelievable.
I mean, just lighten it up. Dan Campbell doesn't know how to kick field goals.
I don't think there's you know what? There's not a kicker on the roster. There's not a kicker.
Even have a kicker.
No.
Exactly. So I'm here to talk. So those are my hits. I had the hits, baby.
You didn't.
Right?
I mean, I
That
think
could change next week, as we know, at any given moment.
yes.
Well, but now we had some misses.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. That would be where I took over for the misses. that would be me. So. I went with 3 games, Scott, and I appreciate you trying to hide one from the audience. But I went with I love the Broncos, and I don't care what anyone says. That was a hit, but unfortunately, there was a 15-yard penalty at the very end. Who knew? Who knew if you touch the center on a kick, that's a 15-yard penalty? I did not know that.
Right.
So that ended up, but AI did like it. So AI did support it, but we lost it.
Yes, AI did support that. We didn't go against the computer there.
Right. But the misses, that was rough. That was rough. I went with the Chiefs. AI said, don't do it. I went with the Chiefs. I just did not think that they could go 0-2. But then I forgot that AI can't account for Travis Kelce being 48 and not being able to run anymore. So AI can't account for
Actually, I have down that the Chiefs had it on that one.
So you're saying AI
Or AI had the Chiefs.
I don't remember.
Originally, when it was Philly minus 1.5. The AI had the Chiefs covering.
Did they?
Yeah, they did have the Chiefs covering.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Well, we were both wrong. We were both wrong.
Yeah, exactly. I think the big miss was that third game.
Yeah, it was the Raiders. The Raiders. I don't think they showed. You know what? They forgot that they were playing yesterday, so they did not. I just figured. And this is a good example because I was using human nature after I figured the Chargers, after a big win, flying from Brazil, I thought they'd be flat. I really did. I thought they would be flat, but AI said no. They did not like the pick. They challenged the pick. So yeah, those were our misses, Scott. Those were our misses. But I'm excited to go forward here on out to see what AI does for us.
Exactly. No, this is where it's going to get exciting because we're going to trust the AI completely on our picks.
Right.
And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to talk about that. All right, let's get into segment 2, lock or landmine. And
love it. Hold on, kid. Love those graphics. Hold on, let me go back. Oh,
there it is. All right, we got the download. We're still figuring it out.
Sorry. There it is.
There we go, baby.
There it is.
There we go. They eventually will get a producer, and it'll just be on it. Because right now,
I don't know. There's money. I don't think there's money in the budget.
Right now, Ernie's doing all of it, and
I don't
we
think
love
accounting has money for that.
Yeah. So lock or landmine. Okay. So, and we're going to talk about both. I have 2.
Okay. You have 2 locks or 1 lock?
No, I got 1 lock, 1 landmine.
Okay. Let's do the lock. I want to see what your lock is.
The lock of this week is going to be the Falcons.
Let me see what the Falcons come up. Let me increase this
at
a little
the
bit.
Panthers.
Okay. Falcons are minus 5.5 right now. Okay.
Okay. Here's my logic behind this.
Let's hear it.
And we might have to adjust the AI for some injuries. The Panthers are just bad. Okay. And Bryce Young looks like he could play 8th grade flag football. Sorry, Bryce, you're listening. Okay. But I think he's 5'4" in cleats.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm making fun of his height. That's not right.
You know what? He's probably taller than us.
Maybe. But I'm just not a fan. He hasn't done much. I don't know. I know it's a team game. Okay, so we're not going to.
Let's be honest. He looks bad.
He looks
He
bad.
looks bad.
Okay.
He looks
Number
bad.
1 overall pick, great college player, and played for Alabama, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, great. Okay, but the NFL is a different animal, obviously, right? And but anyways, so he had a pretty bad game. They came back. They almost pulled it off last week, but I think he had I know he had 3 sacks, a pick, and a fumble. Okay, now they also just lost their starting center and their starting right guard.
Okay.
They're out to IR, so they're going to have 2 new backups on the offensive line.
Okay.
So there's my logic behind that.
All right. You know what? Since
Lock.
we just put the data into the simulator, let's see what the baseline says about that game. I'd be curious to see what the simulator says. So, and actually, look at Actually, I didn't know Atlanta was ranked second in defense. Did you know that? I had no clue.
They played well. It's 2 games. They played good last
Yeah.
night. Yeah, they're pretty good. I mean, they were mean.
So it's interesting because the baseline right now has it as a close game. So that's interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting. But we haven't
Well-
adjusted for any injuries or anything like that. But that's the baseline. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if that still stays a lock by Thursday, Scott.
We're gonna dig into more of that on
Yeah.
Thursday and make some adjustments, right?
Yep, exactly.
Okay, that's good.
So Scott, can I share my lock now?
Yes,
sorry,
I want your lock.
Okay, my lock is the Steelers.
Ooh.
Love the Steelers. Love them. Love them. So I think the defense is going to show up. They've been embarrassed for 2 weeks in a row. I think they laid an egg. I think the coaching was horrible. The special teams gaffe, I think, will linger. I don't.
Yeah,
I,
the guy
I
let
think.
the kickoff go in the end zone.
Yeah, I just think they're pissed. They've been playing bad on offense. They've been playing bad defense. And then also, this is more of a referendum on Drake May. Sorry, not Derek. I talk about him like I know him. But Drake May, I don't think he's a good quarterback. And the Patriots just played Miami, which is an XFL team right now. So so I think they're going to be overconfident, and I just think Steelers are going to show up. They have way too much pride. They have way too many good players on defense, and the coaching. Regardless, I know people aren't high on Tomlin. He's still an excellent coach.
I love him,
and it's only 1.5.
Forever.
I mean, honestly, it's 1.5. So, I mean, not that that's a pick 'em, but honestly, 1.5. Like, come on now. And I think it's going to be a bounce back game for them. I really do.
I like it.
Do.
I like it too.
So let's see what the simulator says. So let's run it just because, we did that for the baseline for your game. So let's see what mine says. Let's see. Ooh. Oh, my Lord. New England. Wow.
Look at that.
Dear Lord.
AI.
Okay. Well, you know what? That's going to be the beauty of man versus machine. We're going to see.
Right.
We're going to see. We're going to see what it says. But wow, I'm not, just so the audience knows, this is the first time running. I did not expect that.
No, I didn't
expect that.
I didn't either.
Scott, what's the landmine? Give me the landmine.
So the landmine potential blow up. I like the Rams and Eagles.
Okay.
The Rams at the Eagles. They're 2-0 versus the 2-0 Eagles, world champs. And the Rams are just playing well. I mean, they're so well coached. They got a veteran quarterback. That defense looks like, I think the coach has got them on a significant dose of something because they're playing out of their minds right now.
I love it.
And Jalen Hurts, I think we can agree. He's like you said, I think you told me he's not fun. They're not fun to watch.
It's a horrible watch. It's a horrible watch. And I think, honestly, don't quote me on this, but I think they had like 100 yards or less of passing.
Right. Yeah, that's right. A.J. Brown, who's a stud, hasn't even done anything.
You know what? I may like this game because you're going to have to pass. You can't run against that defensive line. So you're going to have to pass.
That's right.
And you know what? I like where you're going with this.
Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, a running back they can throw it to, and Kyron Williams. I mean, and
you're getting the hook. You're getting the 3.5, which I like. You're getting the hook.
Yeah, okay. I like it. But the landmine is that the Eagles are the world champs. They know how to win. Jalen Hurts, I don't know if you saw the end of that Kansas City game last week with the Chiefs, and he was taking a knee, and Chris Jones is popping off, and he's saying, "You didn't even rush for 100 yards." And Jalen Hurts, who's Mr. Quiet, basically was caught saying, "Shut the fuck up. Look at the score."
Yeah, I don't know if you want to say it to Chris Jones, though.
He told Chris Jones, "Shut the fuck up."
You would say, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
No, Jalen Hurts got a lot of respect, man.
I got you. Hey, let's run it through
So
simulation. Let's see what we got here. Let's
let's
see.
do it.
Let's see what the baseline. You know what? I'm gonna run this 10,000 times. Let's get a little bit more. Let's see what we have here. So we have Rams plus 3.5. So let's see here. Let's see what comes up.
Come on, AI, agree with me.
Oof.
It doesn't like me.
Doesn't like it. Shoot. Shoot. That's more than 3 points, right? Well, that's okay.
Well, it's 20 to 24 if you round up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So, but that's why we call it a landmine. So we'll see. We'll
uh,
see. We'll see if it becomes a lock by Thursday. We'll see.
yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
Well, that's awesome. And then do you have
I do.
your landmine?
I
Yeah,
do. I do. My landmine are the 49ers. You
I looked
know,
at that too.
I think they feel really good about themselves after that game. Mac Jones is getting a lot of love.
Yep.
And honestly, I think the Cardinals always play the Niners tough. It's always a
Yes.
tough game. And then
Yes.
their injuries that they're Niners have right now. I think they just their fullbacks out. Juszczyk.
Oh, really?
I heard Jennings may not play because of his bad ankle. They're missing they're missing two offensive linemen. You know, and I think there's going to be so much love with Mac Jones that I think is going to be coming down to earth. And honestly, I believe the
So
Cardinals
you
are
like the? I'm sorry. So you like the Cardinals?
right. I like the
Okay.
Cardinals. Yes, I
Okay.
like the
Gotcha.
Cardinals. I
Okay.
like the Cardinals, but that's why I
I
think it's a
like that too.
landmine
Where is
game.
that game?
I'm sorry. Say it again.
Where is that game?
That's at San Francisco.
In San Francisco? Yeah, but you're right though. The Cardinals always play them tough.
Yeah, and I think they went 2-0 against them last year with Brock Purdy as a quarterback.
Could
So
be. Okay.
I like I said, everything in me wants to take, you know, um, the Cardinals, but you just, I think the 49ers may have one of those seasons too.
Right.
I think the
Right.
fact that there's a lot of injuries, Shanahan has to play and develop a lot of players, and I think they just may have one of those magical seasons where they start like 6-0, 7-0. But
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Cardinals as my
How do you
landmine.
feel about betting? Because they're your team, right? The
Right, I
Niners.
love the 49ers. Yes,
So how do you feel about betting against them?
I have no problem. No problem. you know, honestly, Scott, because my goal in life is to be a professional gambler. That's my goal in life.
So you have no investment in the 49ers.
No, I
They're
love them,
just your
but
favorite
if
team.
you can't listen, I'm like Gordon Gecko. You can't get emotional. You can't get emotional, and if you can't bet against your team, then what are you doing, right? You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta listen. I'm in this to make money.
Yeah.
I'm in this to be successful.
Yeah, I'm
And
with you. I don't think I really have a team anymore. I think gambling and fantasy football has fucked that all up for me.
no, I get it. I get it.
And
But
now
no,
it's
but
just like I just root for players. I mean, I'll root for the 49ers. I still root for the Raiders. They're in our area, but now it's all about players, it
yeah,
seems
I'm
like
with
to
you.
me.
Listen, you can't. You know what? You can't get emotional about this thing. I really want, like in fairness, and we got to be transparent to the audience. Like, we, I haven't started strong this year. Last 2 weeks have been pretty rough on me.
Right.
So that's why I'm excited to go 100% AI just to see if it improves.
Let's
But
do it.
but you know what?
Let's
It's a
do it.
long season. I don't get
Yeah.
worked up about it. It's
Yeah.
like Bill Belichick on the next week. You know what I'm saying?
And last year when you did use the AI, you had some success.
I had a lot of success, because it guided me. Like I said, I think you
Yeah.
said it perfectly. It's not the answer. It
Yeah.
guides you because, like I said, there's a lot of things AI can't account for: travel, scheduling, phantom turnovers, bad
Press
calls.
conferences that you hear
Yeah,
the coaches say, the hidden
yeah,
stuff that's going on in the locker room, all
yeah.
that kind of stuff.
So yeah,
But that's where we can use the tool to adjust for, um,
absolutely.
to adjust for the things that
Yeah.
maybe the AI doesn't know,
hmm
really,
Absolutely, Scott. hmm
So, so those are our two segments tonight. Ernie, I love the graphics. Let's give them one more shot of each of the graphics that
Hold
you're
on.
going to see every Tuesday.
I'm thinking about maybe
Okay.
putting some music on it.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
There we go. The
Yeah.
download and lock or landmine.
Yeah, I love
Okay,
it.
join us every Tuesday for that, Tuesday or Wednesday. And then stay tuned. Make sure you come back on Thursday. You're going to see us and two other pretty faces, okay? Two new guests that are going to be joining us every Thursday. And again, it's going to be man versus machine. We're going to run our 5 teams, 5 games that we like. We're going to go with the AI. They're going to talk about their picks. We're going to run them on AI, and they are going to make the decisions for themselves on what they like to do. So
I love
stay
it,
tuned for
Scott.
that. We're going to run our ticket. again on the next episode, and we're gonna ask ourselves: is this the winning parlay?
Yep.
Okay. Last
Fantastic.
thing we're gonna close out with is Ernie. Show them how they can get the Chrome extension, which is a huge tool for browsing
Absolutely.
other sites.
Absolutely.
While you're
Appreciate
time.
that, Scott. So now with having the system data, or I should say season data, excuse me, we built a Chrome extension for our users to use that if you're like just cruising the internet looking for research or just reading an article and you think it may have an effect on the game, well, run the simulation, see what it says. So if you go to our landing page or just go to the Chrome extension store, you'll go to our store. And obviously, I already have it installed here, but it would say add extension. Go ahead and click the add extension. It's free. All we ask is for you do have to create an account. So go add the extension. And then, like, if you want to use it as an example, so let's just say I'm at ESPN, right? And we see something that catches our eye. Let's just say, oh, this is bad. Let me just go here. Let me go to a team. So actually, you know what? I was thinking about the Steelers, right? So let's say I'm doing research on the Steelers and I go to this article. But if I want to run, if I see a nugget or a key piece of information, I'm going to go ahead here and click the Chrome extension and you'll see it asks me to log in. But the beautiful thing is once I log in, the same simulator you see on the site comes up. But obviously, since this is a free version, and excuse me, this is bad TV because we have ourselves over it. But actually, let me if I hide us, can I hide us? No, I'll just leave it the way it is.
But you know what? That's pretty cool. So you didn't even have to put into the AI simulator the game. It was just because you were clicking on it on ESPN, it automatically knew that and popped that game up.
Well, yes, I
Right.
mean it. Yes, it will do that if it can understand the page because obviously every page is different.
Right.
But it will default to select away, select home. But if it can understand the page, it will pre-populate it for you. But
That's
that doesn't
amazing.
happen necessarily all the time. But
Right.
that is a good observation, Scott. So if I go to Steelers, and obviously they're paying the Pats, right? Because that's what we like, right? You'll notice at least on the free version, it gives you all the same metrics. It uses the same logics. It just doesn't allow you to edit the variables.
Right.
So if we run the simulator, everything's the same as the core site, right? You get the values, you get the score predicted, you get the win probability, you get the prop bets and the over under. You will not get the drive by drive simulation by the AI. That you have to go in and use the regular website. But for the most part, it gives you the tools that you need to just run simulators when you're reading articles or doing research. So it's just kind of a
That's
nice little tool to have, you
that's
know?
incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for showing us the extension part. That makes it very useful. Um, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's all we have for today. Then stay tuned. Come back, join us on our next episode. Again, we're gonna have some good content, good banter. We're gonna run our tickets and go from there. All
Love it,
right.
Scott. Love it. All right. See you
Thanks for
Thursday,
joining us,
buddy.
Bernie. All
Take
right. See you,
care.
everybody. Bye.